everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Sheck, continuing to bring you unique, interesting, and inspiring stories from the Pakistan tech startup ecosystem. Today, I have with me Mr. Muhammad Bukhari from Farmdar. Mr. Bukhari, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Faruk, for having me. It's wonderful to be here. Uh, I do apologize. I was on the road and I've parked up, just heading away from Agri Expo in Lahore. So I do apologize for the background, but I can hear you loud and clear and really excited to be here.
Excellent. Well, we know one thing. You're in a startup and you're doing startup motion. So that's fantastic. So let's jump right in Tech Check style, Muhammad. Tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about Farmdar.
So look, professionally, my background is sort of strategy, commercial, and finance. I'm a chartered accountant. I've worked at a strategy consulting firm, and then my last assignment was with British Telecom, where I was GM commercial. But in this context, what's actually more important is that I come from a farming family in Pakistan.
Okay.
So, and that's really where Farmdar was born. We started sort of trying to export our own produce from Pakistan, mangoes, chilies, and other vegetables. And really, in the early days, we really struggled because our quality was really poor. And we went on this sort of journey of discovery to try and sort of figure out what to do about it, which made us realize that actually we had to improve our quality on the farm, not after the farm.
Understood.
And we started experimenting with sort of remote sensing, satellite imagery, IoT sensors, bought a drone, bought a multispectral camera, started sort of experimenting and messing around. And that's really where we stumbled on to sort of some amazing techniques, which meant that we could increase our yield, we could improve our quality, and at the same time we were reducing our water consumption and also reducing our sort of consumption of fertilizer and pesticides. So that's really where Farmdar was born. Today, Farmdar is really a deep tech data company, and what we do is we use predominantly satellites, sometimes drones, and then we also have some mobile IoT sensors. We generate millions of data points on farmland, and we have a sort of deep tech stack, multiple AI models that actually take that raw data, convert it into actionable insights that farmers and agri enterprises can use to, improve their supply chain. Farmers can actually grow more for less. So that's really what Farmdar does.
Very interesting. And so that's really interesting. So you guys are applying this within your own environment. What are some of any prominent statistics in terms of yield or?
I mean, on our own farms, and sort of let me sort of present it this way, because it was beyond just our own farms. In our early days of testing the products, we saw a sort of 40 to 50% efficiency on water use. We saw a 30 to 40% efficiency on input use, which includes fertilizer and pesticides. We saw around a 30% increase in yield, and our quality improved dramatically. I mean, we didn't have any metrics to track how to track quality, but we were wasting less of our produce. Our produce visibly looked a lot better. And then also the sort of, if you talk about mangoes, for example, they were firmer, the texture of them was a lot better, the taste was better. So there's some numbers. But since then, actually, we've come quite a long way. So
Okay.
we started our operations, we started trading in October of 2021. And alhamdulillah, we have some really, sort of large B2B clients now. One of note, and we love talking about them because they've got an amazing vision on agriculture, is Gourmet Foods. They were one of our earliest adopters. And their CEO, Zubair Chatta Saab, he's got this amazing sort of vision to massively improve agriculture at a large scale in Pakistan. So we started working with them in November of 21, and I don't think a single week has passed since then where we haven't worked together or we haven't served them in some way. So we've come a long way. I think we've proved out our product. A lot of other people are now using the benefits of it, including farmers and B2B enterprises.
Excellent. And so, a couple of quick questions. What's your revenue model look like?
So we have two distinct channels. We have a direct to farmer channel and a B2B channel. Our revenue model on the direct farmer channel is a freemium model. So for most farmers, our services, the satellite-based services are free. And we also do real-time soil testing, where we have a person who carries a sort of mobile sensor that can be dipped into the ground, and you get a lot of very useful information about your soil. We charge very little for it to farmers, less than $1. And so that's our model on the farmer side. We envisage that actually our model will not dramatically change on the farmer side either. We will remain either free or extremely cheap, whereby it's not a barrier to adoption at all. And on the B2B side, our pricing is very much bespoke based on what clients want. At some stage, we will use some of the investment we've raised recently to actually build a data as a service platform where we'll have a subscription model where B2B clients can come, they can pick their packages, and they'll pay for subscriptions. At the moment, it's very much a sort of bespoke project-based model, and we charge for data per acre. Basically.
Understood. And so interesting. So your rationale for having the farmers and giving them a low-cost access is so you can actually take that data and aggregate it and then share trends and analysis?
Yeah, look, commercially, that's the angle. But if I'm quite honest with you, when we were researching the market, when we were talking to farmers, we are farmers ourselves, we realized very early on that we wanted to do something that would actually uplift farmers in Pakistan. And that's a very important sort of, thing for us. So actually, until we can really create multiple value streams for farmers, which will take a couple of crop cycles at least, we want to be super accessible and free for them. And if at some stage that we say or we think and we're able to convince ourselves that actually we've created enough value for farmers where we're putting more money in their pocket consistently, we might then sort of provide them other services that we charge them for at a reasonable level. Right? Like, so for now, we very much want farmers to benefit from our tech, and in order to do that, we don't really want to put pricing barriers in place.
Excellent. Well, great. Well, Muhammad, as you know, we try to keep TechSheck fairly tight and short. So with that, I wanted to thank you very much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much, Faruk, for having me.
And to our audience, as you can see, again, look at the influx of tech. I mean, down to the farmer level. That's pretty cool. Hopefully that helps us with agricultural outputs, which helps us overall. So please continue to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We have done over 110 episodes now. We keep highlighting interesting, unique, young companies like Farmdar. So please refer us to some more. And with that, I bid you all Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.